Hi, everyone. Scott and Marla Berger with the Tree of Life movement and the Tree of Life intention stick and 22 days of intention. And it just gets better and better every day with all of you in our lives globally right now and just the stories that are pouring in. And thank you. Right? Thank you for inspiring Marla and I to be doing this. It's just validation that we're all being brought together right now as we're all going through this collectively. And the message is that you're not alone and that we're all going through this together. And this is about us collectively and touching another soul, a soul to soul connection, and being there for a family member or being there for a friend or just to listen. But again, thank you for allowing us to keep receiving these beautiful, miraculous stories that I'll be posting later that took place yesterday that still makes every hair on my body stand up from our dear friend. And right now, Marla and I talked about the intention today of laugh and joy, as I'm going to share properly.
And I'm actually going to.
You're going to put that
I'm going to
in?
put that even though all these intentions are incredible to live by, laugh and joy is definitely my top, and I'm putting it back into my intention stick.
Perfect. As we say, sealing it with love.
Just love, laugh, and joy.
And
I grew up with 7 children, and my parents were really strict, and I know a lot of us came from that type of a household. And even though we like to have fun, there were a lot of us. This is just that tool and reminder again of bringing laughter and joy into our life, right? That
yes.
we all need this.
It's so true. Marla and I were just talking before about, this world has been so programmed to wake up, have breakfast, go to school, go to work, day after day after day, and we're working all so hard, whether that is as a parent, a worker, whatever that may be, but we forget to have that laughter in our lives, that joy in our lives. Why are we all working so hard if we don't get to enjoy life? And it goes back to one story I'll share, and then Marla wants to share with this just beautiful little boy. But a dear friend of ours came into our office. She received her intention stick, and she chose 3 intentions, and one of her intentions was laugh and joy. And she left our office and just that day sent us a message literally when she was downstairs in her car, like she already was receiving that joy and that laughter to validate why she has been working so hard her whole life to experience exactly that, to be joyful every second of the day, to laugh and not take life so seriously. It's serious enough as what we're witnessing right now. And just she filled back up. And since then, what a beautiful and bright light she has been in the messages that she shares on whether it's Facebook or Instagram. I get to see her and witness as Marla and I do every day. And I can't wait for Marla to share this.
Well, what I was going to add, that we have to stay on this road of positivity. And if we stay on the road of positivity, then of course it becomes a habit. You see, the laugh and joy every day, when we're putting that out there, then that's what we're going to receive. But if we go the opposite, meaning negativity, and surround ourselves with negativity, then we're going against it. So we don't know which way we want to go.
Correct.
So we have to stay on that road of positivity, and intention is cause and effect. So if you're putting out that negative,
right, fear, anger,
right,
frustration, whatever that may be, or
Right. Or if we put out the laughter and joy or kindness and compassion and kindness and all of those intentions, and that is what comes back to us. So we want to put out laugh and joy today as a reminder and to push all that negativity away. If somebody's coming in and it's too much, remember to touch your intention stick to remind you, yes, I need joy in my life. I need more laughter in my life. And guess what? That's what will come back to you.
And thank you for sharing that, because that also reminds me of that. There are so many people in our lives that, as Marla was saying, can suck that light and love out of you. So we have to be really aware of our surroundings, whether that is your closest friend, a family member, an associate, whatever that may be. And if you're putting out that positive, that laughter, that joy, and all that person is doing is sucking that light and love out of you, sometimes we have to, no pun intended, social distance ourselves or separate ourselves from those people, because it does. I know it sounds silly, but we call them psychic vampires. They just suck that light and love out of you. And sometimes we do have to separate ourselves from those individuals and make sure we stay on that path.
Well, there's a lot of truth to that, because you could be at work or be with a family member or friends at a party, whatever it is. Right now we're social distancing, but even if we're talking to someone over the phone, that they could come up to you and start being, loading all this drama on you, and all of a sudden you've taken all that on, and now you're depleted, and they've walked out energized because they were able to dump all of this baggage on you.
Absolutely. And it's, yes, in a time that we're witnessing around the world, we do need to be there from one another, but you also have to sort of nip that in the bud to just say, okay, I understand, but shift your consciousness. How about being so grateful for the things we already have, right? And how blessed we are. So it's as simple, and I know hard at the same time, but to shift not just our consciousness, but other people's consciousness, just to remind them, okay, I understand you're going through something, but shift that, because when you let that go and you switch it to laugh and joy or gratitude, or again, whatever intention that may be for you, wow, literally in a second.
And you know what you could do? If you feel that someone is doing that to you, that you're starting to feel depleted as they're talking or sharing negativity, you could switch that up and just ask them a question about themselves or compliment them.
Yes.
Be positive back to them and shift it, and you'll see how it starts to change when you compliment them. And it really,
not patronizing, but truly.
Right.
The light and the goodness you see within that person. And again, sometimes it's very easy to say, I don't like this about you or you or you. And sometimes we don't realize we're reflecting on, or we're looking in a mirror and maybe seeing the things we don't like about ourselves. So we have to always see the good within everyone. It's there. I promise you. It's just covered up with all the programming or the drama or whatever that may be taking place. So I would love for what we're going to share.
Yeah, exactly. And we're even seeing this, which is no shock, that little kids, younger children are wearing the intention sticks and know to put this out there. We have a dear friend who shared with us that her 5-year-old grandson has an intention stick, and this little boy is so aware. He has so much awareness from understanding the intention stick and the intentions that she says they went to the grocery store and they were shopping around, and he noticed that all the items were missing off of the shelves, and he said, why are people taking so much for themselves? Why don't they take what they need? And here's a 5-year-old boy, so aware. And that's where intention starts, is our awareness first of who we are, and look within inside of ourselves, right?
Right. It creates that, again, sometimes we have to say, shut the heck up and just follow your heart and soul. It's never wrong, your intuition. And I love that. And it goes back, as we've shared before many times, this beautiful book that was written in the 1940s, The Little Prince. It was a story about this prince, this little boy, who in the story shared, it's not getting older that's the problem. it's forgetting. And what we mean by that, or what he was sharing in that story, is that to live fearlessly, to see everyone the same. As we know, there is no black, white, pink, yellow. There is no Christian, Jewish, Buddhist, Muslim. Our souls are the same. How to live in happiness and laughter and joy, and how to live in that state of bliss always. Look at our children. They are not yet programmed to be, as we say, that sheep in the herd, sheeple, right? So be that child. That inner child is there. We just forgot. So as every day, Marla and I are going to do our beautiful global meditation about us collectively. And as Marla and I are going to hold hands, and we're going to have you hold your monitor or your phone, and I just want you to close your eyes. So we're just being present right now, and I just want you to right now just take a deep breath in through your nose, through your diaphragm, and then we're going to exhale through our mouth. And keep your eyes closed, and we're going to do 3 deep breaths together. And while we're taking in each breath, I want you to breathe in laugh and joy. And when we exhale, I want you to exhale all of the maybe negative or bad energy or something you're holding on to for each breath, and just fill yourself up with laugh and joy for today. So we're going to do this now. And keep your eyes closed as we do our global meditation together. First and foremost, that you all receive blessings of health and light and love and courage and strength and laugh and joy and love and everything you need to fill up your beautiful hearts and souls with unconditional love, which will allow you to fully heal, which will allow you to help so many more brothers and sisters heal, which will unify all mankind and bring us back together as one, so we should all see heaven on earth as it is here now. Mm-hmm. Wow. uh, right. Wow. Thank you. As I know you're feeling this love that we're putting out collectively, and for those that may not understand, when we're doing something like this collectively in a meditation, someone may not understand laws of attraction, and sometimes as we explain laws of attraction to a little child, sometimes even as an adult we may not understand what that is. And what we would share to a child is what happens when we throw a ball up into the air. They all raise their hand and they say, oh, it comes down. And it's the same thing about what we think about, we bring about. What goes up comes down, whether it's right here or on the other side of the world. But what we put out from our hearts comes back in. That's actually science. It's the 3rd law of motion, the law of physics. And again, what we put out comes back in. So just us putting out that laugh and that joy and the love, it just came flowing back in. And as you always see, my cheeks will get really red because I'm just feeling and we're receiving that, and your arm hairs stand up. And that's the beautiful energy that takes place at that moment. And wow, just thank you for that. And thank you for Marla and I coming, or allowing us to come into your homes each and every day and sharing 22 days of an intention, but something that, not just thanking all of you for being here, but I wanted, because you brought this up today, which we know and share every day, is thanking.
We want to thank all of the responders, all of these beautiful doctors and nurses and staff and administration and for our police officers, our firemen, everyone who's out there
Our
helping,
troops, our
yes,
armies, navies,
our
Marine, Air Force.
military,
Oh my
and
goodness.
they
Yes.
just sent 30,000 troops to Europe.
Yes.
So let's send everybody a big thank you, and we're
Thank you.
clapping for them.
Yes, and to the teachers right now
Yes.
around the world that
Yes.
that are that are staying home and educating our children, even though we're going through these difficult times, or the different teachers or spiritual leaders or religious leaders or business people or whatever that may be. Thank you for what you're doing for everyone in this world. Again, it's not about us, it's about us collectively, and we're all showing up when we're needed. We're all here to serve. We're all here to touch another soul. And actually, in the Talmud, it says, when you save one soul, you save the world entirely. And this is why we're here. This is the gifts that we've all been given to help one another. And please go to our website, treeoflifemovement.com, or intentionstick.org, or go to our YouTube, Tree of Life Movement. We're sharing these stories every day, and so important, which again we love because we can't keep up. Please send us your story, whether it's via messaging or email. Do a selfie of yourselves, because we want to share your story to let others around the world know it's not just happening to them, or they're witnessing things that they're not sure of what's taking place, miraculous stories. Go on, because again, thank you for going on to the site and taking the pledge of the tree of it's incredible. Again, hundreds of people are signing up each day, and this is what I love, that our spiritual family is growing every day. And wow, it is just I get so emotional. And so as always, Marla and I are sending blessings and intentions of gratitude, light, and love from our family to you and yours. And again, remember that we love you, you matter, you have purpose, and you are just as important as anyone else in this world. And if your dreams don't scare you, you're not dreaming big enough. So dream big. We love you, we love you, we love
Laugh
you.
and joy today.
Laugh and joy
Laugh and
every
joy.
day, every day. Mwah.